Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and I'm really excited to be sharing today's video with you guys. It was inspired by Darling Desi here on YouTube. She recently posted a video all about what self-care means to her and the different forms that it can take. So that's what today's video is going to be all about. But before we jump into explaining everything, I just wanted to say, if you're new here, my name is Caitlin, and here on this channel, my goal is to inspire my subscribers to create and live their dream lives every day, and to connect with you guys through our shared interests in fashion, travel, food, beauty, and photography. So if that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you could click the subscribe button down below, and let's get into it. As I'm sure you've been able to tell by these clips you've been viewing, for me, part of self-care is having a clean space. I tell my husband this all the time, but something that I have learned about myself, especially last year when we were spending all of our time indoors, is that I have a really hard time focusing and getting through my day if I'm in an environment that is messy, or just in general there's things laying around or unfinished tasks. I find it really hard to get anything done. So to start off our 7 days of self-care, I wanted to clean up my environment, take care of some outstanding things like my plants, handling laundry, all that good stuff. And when it comes to plants in particular, yes, I do need to take care of them so that they can obviously stay alive, but I will say, since moving here to Southern California and collecting all of these different types of plants, I have found that spending like 20 minutes, sometimes only even 5 minutes a day, taking care of my plants is so therapeutic. It really feels like I'm sort of creating and sustaining life, because I guess technically I am, and I just find it very calming and therapeutic. And I've mentioned this before on my channel, but I do use an app to help monitor what I need to do for each of my plants. It is called the Planta app. I will pop it up here on the screen. This is not sponsored by Planta or anything, but I have a lot of plants with a lot of different needs and watering schedules. So if you are a plant parent as well, and you sometimes are not 100% sure what you should be doing every day to take care of your plants, I would highly recommend downloading that app from the App Store. And I will also be linking the plant mister that I got from Amazon down below, because I get questions about it all the time. For day 2 of this week of self-care, I decided I really needed to take care of my physical body. And I feel like when most people think about what self-care is, they tend to think about only taking care of their physical body. And while that is very important, looking and feeling your best is a really great way to take care of yourself, it's not the only method of self-care out there. So be sure to stay tuned so we can explore all self-care options this week. And so as you can see, I just took a nice little shower and I'm doing my skincare routine. I will link my official skincare routine video up above in case you are curious, but if you've been here before, you know that every week I love to top off my self-care routine with a fresh layer of self-tan. It just makes me feel really confident. It makes me feel better about getting my skin out and on display, especially in the warmer months here in Southern California. Well, today it actually is not that warm, so I wanted to enjoy a cup of tea while I read a book and sort of let my self-tan sink in, because I had the time. I wanted to take the time this week to not feel so rushed. Again, just really taking care of myself and not putting any unnecessary stress onto myself. And sometimes I forget about the little pleasures in life, like a nice cup of tea and a book and a candle and a cozy chair. And I feel like sometimes we just let those little moments escape us, and we really should be appreciating every little thing in life. I like to think about Studio Ghibli movies. If you're familiar with them, you'll know that they really romanticize even the smaller, potentially more quote-unquote insignificant moments, like enjoying a cup of tea. It can be very special. So be sure to enjoy the little things. On this particular day, I wanted to treat myself to some fresh flowers. And if you've been on this channel before, or if you were a follower of mine over on my Instagram, you will know that I am obsessed with flowers. And I feel like there is a misconception that flowers are something that you should only buy for special occasions, or that maybe you shouldn't buy them for yourself. But I've learned that not only do I like to surround myself with a clean environment, but I also enjoy surrounding myself with beauty. And so it truly does bring me a lot of happiness to have fresh flowers on hand in my house whenever I can. And again, it's the little things. Buy yourself the flowers. On this particular day, I had a very exciting occasion. Okay, maybe not that exciting. I have a lunch date with a friend, which I will talk to you about a little bit more later on in this video. But something that I personally really enjoy and that I used to feel a little bit embarrassed about is getting really dressed up for even basic activities. You know, we didn't end up going to lunch anywhere super fancy, but I have always loved dressing up. I like getting wear out of all my clothing, not just the pieces that maybe are considered more acceptable by general society. Again, if you've been here before, you know I love a princess dress. I love dresses in general. I just love really dressing up. And I used to feel so self-conscious whenever I would dress up and people would look at me, or maybe I'd put extra time into my makeup or my hair and everyone else around me is dressed a bit more casually. But then I just realized for myself, I feel so much better when I am maybe even slightly overdressed than if I was underdressed. It makes me feel confident, it makes me feel beautiful, and it really just makes me feel like my best version of myself. So if you are watching this video and maybe you are kind of like I have been in the past and you're thinking to yourself, oh, you know, I don't want to get overdressed for like running errands or just meeting up casually with people. I don't want them to judge me. I don't want them to think that I'm trying too hard. But honestly, I want to ask you a question. When did it become cool to not try hard when it comes to your physical appearance? Because I don't know why that became a thing. Maybe it was just because I was recently a college student and the cool thing was to be cool all the time and not try too hard. But I am of the opinion that people should probably be putting more effort into the way they look into their day-to-day lives. It's totally up to you, but I just know that it is so fun to go out with a group of people. And I'm not saying you need to be wearing luxury clothing. I'm not saying you need to be wearing, you know, the most expensive, outrageous clothing ever, but it is so fun to be dressed up with a group of friends and have a good time. So whenever you hear that little voice in your head telling you to be more casual, just ignore it. Well, hey guys, I thought I just would check in with you in the middle of this video. I hope you're enjoying it so far, but I just wanted to check in and say, hey, on the topic of self-care, it took me probably 24 years, as long as I've been alive, to realize that, you know what? Part of self-care is not just the aspect of taking care of your physical body, it's also taking care of your mind and just being in a good mental space, emotional space. And one of the ways that I feel really good about myself and in a good mental place is putting on an outfit that I feel confident in and comfortable in. So I'm really happy with this little look. And I just wanted to jump in to tell you about my lip color. This video is not sponsored, but if you follow me over on my Instagram, or if you're already a subscriber of mine, you'll know that I do work with the beauty company Merit every now and then. So this is their lip oil in the shade Marrakesh, so I'm gonna be packing that as well. Also, as I'm about to go spend time with one of my best friends, that is another thing that really puts me in such a good mental place. I used to always consider myself a bit of a lone wolf, even as a kid and growing up. Yes, I've always had friends, But it wasn't until, again, this year that I really learned that there is nothing like just spending quality time with friends. So if you are like me and you think, oh, you know, like I have friends, but maybe you don't reach out to them to just go take lunch together, you know, go on a coffee date together because you think, oh, you know, I don't want to bother them, or oh, I have to go outside, because I've totally been there before. This is your sign to text your friend, even if they're long distance, check up with them, because friends are not a burden. Or if your friendships are burdens, then maybe they shouldn't really be the friendships that you surround yourself with. So I hope you enjoyed this little interjection and maybe a little pearl of wisdom that it took me admittedly a little bit too long to learn. So I'm really grateful to the friends that I've made since moving here to California, because they were actually the ones who, you know, helped to open my eyes and reached out to me first pretty much weekly to hang out. And because of them, I'm so grateful that I got to learn this lesson that friendships are very important. You really need to cherish them. So on that note, let's go grab some lunch with my friend, and I guess maybe that's another form of self-care, is feeding my body foods that are honestly not only delicious, but the place that we're going, the food options are also relatively, you know, nutritious and filling, and I feel good after eating there, and the glass of rosé does not hurt. So come on, let's go on a date. I would like to point out here that self-care does not have to be about food for you. I just realized as I'm editing this video that I kind of have two food-centered activities back to back here, but I really have been craving mochi. I am from Hawaii and I grew up eating mochi, and there's a little mochi store down in San Diego that I've been wanting to try out. It's like a family-run business, and I happened to be in the area, and I thought to myself, you know what? I should have a little picnic for myself where I just enjoy one of my favorite foods, mochi, and sort of enjoy the ocean and my surroundings and not be eating while on my phone, because that is something that I know a lot of people, myself included, fall victim to. So I really wanted to just enjoy the food, enjoy my surroundings. I will say I only had a few pieces. I had like 2 pieces because it was so rich and so delicious. But I think part of self-care sometimes should be about slowing down and living in the moment. Good morning, guys. I wanted to check in because as the second to last day of my self-care week, I have a really big thing planned today. I wanted to check in because I actually have time to talk to you because I am stuck in pretty much bumper to bumper traffic. So I figured I'm already gonna be a little bit late for my hair appointment, which makes me feel pretty not great. I like to respect everyone's time and be on time, but I've already texted my hairstylist and she is fine. She's running late too. So I figured I would talk to you guys now. I am so excited to sort of undergo my first major hair change in my life. If you have been on this channel before, you know that I have done curtain bangs before, which are gonna get recut. I know they're basically gone at this point. They're kind of pushed over to this side. But I'm gonna be coloring my hair for the first time in my life. And I know that measures of vanity, like how your hair looks, or you know, how your body or face or skin or whatever looks, sometimes, you know, people joke about that being self-care, but I personally really believe that feeling good about how you look and how you present yourself to the world is an act of self-care. And I know that when I get into sort of like, I don't want to call them depression holes because I don't think I have depression, but everyone gets into those dark holes sometimes when maybe it's been like 5 days since you showered and you're wearing the same outfit or whatever the case may be, and you're just feeling really sorry for yourself. There's nothing that is better than, you know, fixing up your appearance and feeling like you look good on the outside. I'm not saying that's what I've been going through or anything, but I'm just really excited to undergo this change and sort of explore if maybe having a different hair color will, I don't know, be fun, if I'll enjoy it. The thing is that hair grows back, so if it If I don't love it, that's fine. I'm not very picky about hair. I'm not gonna cry in the salon if someone cuts it too short or anything. But yeah, I just thought I would check in, see how you guys are doing. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a sort of treatment or something that you do to your physical body that makes you feel confident or that you would consider self-care. So let's go to the salon. Guys, look at this hair, and ignore my husband in the background. But I'm so sorry that I didn't get a chance to vlog more at the salon because I was 20 minutes late because of an accident, unfortunately. So I didn't want to further inconvenience my stylist by sticking a camera in her face as she was trying to work after already being 20 minutes late. So I just want to say my stylist, the girl who did my hair, is Vanessa at Painted by Gray over on Instagram in Encinitas, and I am obsessed. It is this nice sort of gingery color. I initially wanted to do quite a bright orange, but she really convinced me it's not gonna look good on my skin tone, and I understand now what she was talking about. She is the expert, not me, but it's just this really nice dimensional, it is a balayage, a dimensional sort of red, and she kept my roots in because I told her that I did want to be able to like let it grow out every 3 months and get a new color. So I am so obsessed. I love it. This is definitely my way of doing self-care, just feeling amazing. So I'm really excited to shoot this hair for my fall Instagram feed, but I am actually about to go to a winery with the girls because you know what, that's self-care too. And I don't typically hang out with my friends twice in a week, but you know what, it's my self-care week, so being in good company is definitely a form of self-care. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow for our last day, so stay tuned. Bye. For my final day of self-care, I really wanted to make an event out of an activity that maybe for some is more of a daily occurrence, and that is having a Netflix marathon of one of my favorite shows of all time, which is New Girl. And I really wanted to make an event out of this because, especially because I work for myself, sometimes I never stop working. Sometimes I'll joke with my husband about how I work like 12-hour plus days because my job is on social media, and I don't really let myself have these moments where I can slow down. So just as a reminder here, if you're someone like me and you're a workaholic, you need to give yourself breaks. Trust me. Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in here really quickly, wispy hair and all, to end off this video. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this video inspired you to maybe embark on your own self-care journey, whether that is hanging out with your cat like I am now and watching a movie, or I don't know, getting some treatments done, or hanging with friends, whatever you want to do. But before I end, I just wanted to say please go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram if you haven't already to see my day-to-day life, and subscribe down below. It would mean the world to me if you could help us, or help me, grow our family to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So that's all I have for this video. I have a date with Mr. Pickles now and a big bag of popcorn. So I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!